Welcome, welcome. So I'm here at the top of Mount Shasta, and it's autumn. The weather is already beginning to turn, and I think rain is coming. It's crisp, and there's such a majesty, such an elemental aliveness in the air. And so I really wanted to come up here today to film this video, to invite you to join me on this incredibly epic journey of restoring your feminine body temple home unto Gaia's majestic tapestry of life. And in so doing, when we allow ourselves to become one with Gaia's body of love again, we're foregoing the programming of consumption, the programming of the consumption machine that the Western world has become. We're foregoing the deep, deep subconscious and unconscious synthetic programs that have been deeply embedded into our organic body fields that keep us living separate from her. Not just on the level of emotion, of psychology, of even spirituality, but on the deepest cellular level of our feminine body fields. And it's so incredibly important. This is occurring to me more and more in these days as I've seen from my own deeply engaged work in the utmost, innermost levels of Gaia's planetary field for years now. And for tens of thousands of hours of working with myself and other mystic feminine souls in the deepest levels of soul healing, of previous incarnations, of deeply working with Gaia's her story since the beginning of time, since the time of the Great Fall. It's so important for us to know and remember that we actually know a better way. We know a better way deep in our own cellular memories because we have lived it. We have lived in a different kind of majesty before, where the fullness of our feminine body fields was so aligned, so open, so in coherence with Mother Gaia's, that we were in active co-creation with her, both on a personal level and on a community level, in co-creation with the elementals, in co-creation with the natural beings, the natural forces that live behind the veils during these times, in co-creation with Mother Gaia herself, with her planetary consciousness. And if we're to truly restore our divine design, what she has birthed us to be and become, our sacred role in her planetary field, we must go back into these deepest recesses within us, ignite those cellular memories, learn again how to work with her deepest forces of life. And in the process, we become what I call Gaia's X factor, her X factor in planetary healing, the force of her consciousness, of her love, of her capacity to birth the soul of life into form. And when we as feminine beings, as mystic feminine souls who have the wiring to do that, when we do that with Mother Gaia, we become a part of her force of healing from the inside out. We become her X factor in the equation of planetary healing. The X factor that none of the climate scientists are factoring in, none of the activist groups are factoring in, none of the politicians are factoring, certainly none of the corporations are factoring in, is that Gaia is a living, breathing consciousness. She is a planetary consciousness, co-created from many, many beings of the unseen world. And these beings of the unseen world and Mother Gaia herself are now in the process of reclaiming her feminine body field for her own, of shaking off the yoke of the many, many eons of patriarchy, the patriarchal machine consciousness. And that as during these times when it looks like that patriarchal machine consciousness is gaining more and more, or trying to gain more and more of a foothold, which it is, we can turn our awareness to where the real power lies within us and all of life. We can join with Mother Gaia, become a part of her force of nature. We become her force of nature itself. And in so doing, dear Sister Soul, we not only restore ourselves unto the deepest belonging possible with her tapestry of life, but we restore ourselves. We become a catalyst of the restoring of the human race unto what is deeply true, deeply real, and deeply whole. So I'd love for you to join us in this sacred walk, in this sacred restoration, in this journey home unto her love as an embodied Gaian woman. To open your body field, your feminine power centers, your energy field to hers. To dive in and find her within you and become a force for her healing of all of life. Many, many blessings to you, dear Sister Souls, in these times of planetary healing. May your path bring you ever closer to her love.